Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's be free with Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts.
Good morning, everybody. Well, it's morning where I am here in slightly overcast Central Coast, New South Wales of Australia. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day, has enjoyed themselves a lot, has learned something new. My name is Dawn Lewis. I believe I'm your final Q&A. I hope you've got some cues locked and loaded because I have answers for sure. If you don't recognize me, you might recognize this little guy. My workshop was Heat Embossing 5 Ways on this cute Halloween card, and I am here for all your fantastic questions. Debbie has asked, how's the weather in Australia? Slightly overcast and muggy right now. We're easing into autumn, although summer does not want to let go of our weather. Oh, some lovely compliments in the comments section. Thank you so much. I am here for questions. If you have them, please let me at them. Something about embossing, something about Copic colouring, all of that kind of thing. Oh, Kathy, you've got the same stamp set. Does Sweet November not rock? They do indeed. And Whimsy Stamps coming to the party with that goth skull background. Don't we love it? So I went through a whole bunch of things. Now, when I do a workshop for you, I try to include as much educational content as like knowledge as well as demonstration. So hopefully everybody got a little something out of there. I would love to know, are you new to heat embossing? If you've never tried it before, are you going to give it a go? And because there's so many more. Oh, Rosemary has a question. Never used embossing powder. If I do in the future, I think I'll start with clear to enhance stamp sentiments. Clear is so versatile. So you may remember on the background, I did clear. I'm holding it like this so it's getting my window reflection. Clear can give you a lot of options. It doesn't necessarily stand out, but it will make other things stand out. So it can be nice and subtle, or it can be, oh, it's beautiful for emboss resist. I didn't even get to touch on emboss resist with this. I really feel like I should do heat embossing school to go with wax seal school. Oh my goodness. So clear is a fantastic way to start. Something that's going to stand out is good, and something subtle is also good. So if you're going to have two in your collection, you can do that. Oh my goodness. That's my mum texting me this morning. Apologies. I have to say, off we go, mum. Oh, thank you. Love my presentation. Thank you so much. I've never done wax seals, but this makes me want to add them to my long list of wanna-dos. Oh my goodness. If you are loving wax seals, I actually do have a course. It's called Wax Seal School. Erin's got the link. She can pop it in the chat box for you, but it takes wax seals right from beginner through tons of advanced. You can sort of do it chapter by chapter or binge it all in under an hour, but they are great fun to play with for sure, and very versatile as well. You can do a lot with a little bit of heat and a little bit of colored hot glue. That's what I'm saying. Where did I get the skull and crossbones wax stamper? Excellent question, Kathy. That one I actually think was a gift. I would have to double check. Where I have a friend who was who knew I was kind of obsessing over wax stamping for a little while. I'll have to double check, but I'll be happy to come back in the comments section on the video and leave that information if I can get that from my friend. But I get my wax stampers from all sorts of different places because there's some interesting designs and I want to play with all of them. Oh, good question from Jeanette. Do finer powders work better for more intricate gradings? 100%. 100%. If you are doing a sentiment, particularly something with fine lines or any sort of stamped image, a super fine embossing powder is the one that you're going to want to use, because if you've got something that's a bit chunky, it's going to be too thick on your thin lines. So opt for super fine embossing powders wherever you can. Thick ones can be really good for like ultra thick embossing enamels for interesting techniques and so on. But honestly, I mean, this is just a regular embossing powder, and a super fine would have given a better result. But I was working with what I had at the time. But yes, always opt for a super fine for sentiments and fine lines, 100%. How long, says Millie, how long do you leave the metal stamp on the wax seal, and what's the best medium to use to adhere it to cardstock? Oh, double barrel question. I like that. The metal stamp, it depends a little bit on the weather. It depends how long you've been stamping, but sometimes it can take 30 seconds, sometimes a minute. If you're somewhere really hot or humid, I would actually put the whole lot in the freezer, and then it hardens the wax and the stamper will come away nice and easy. So it doesn't take long, 30 to 60 seconds. And that was a double barrel question. I've already forgotten the second part of it. Oh, medium to adhere it. I like to use a good liquid glue. Thanks, Erin. I like a good liquid glue. I find double-sided tape doesn't really do the job, but I use Bearly Art Glue and it works a treat. Art Glitter Dries Clear Glue would also do well, and Gina K Connect would also do well. A nice, a good quality white glue, liquid glue, for sure. Absolutely. Hey, Loretta, full page heat embossing is interesting. Do you use that technique often? Not often. I would like to say, yeah, I use it all the time. But truth be told, I spend most of my time in my shop and I don't get to craft as often as I would like to. I am planning to change that, do more crafting, specifically more live on YouTube crafting. I don't do it very often, but I really enjoy it. I love to do a fully embossed background like this because it adds, it adds that classy, upscale, glossy spot to my project. So I do enjoy it. And especially for emboss resist. Love a good emboss resist background. I really do. Oh my goodness. Creativity Playground. I have so much colored embossing powder that I never use. I typically only use white on black or clear for emboss resist. Any suggestions for colored embossing powder? I thought I would love to use colored embossing powder, and I bought some blue and I've used it once. I tend to stick to metallics: gold, silver, bronze, copper, white, clear. I do have black, but I never use it because I tend to stamp with a black pigment ink and then use a clear embossing powder. You don't need a lot of them. Really, the best colored embossing powder for you to have is the one you know you're going to use a lot. So for me, I know I use metallics, and after I bought my blue and I didn't use it, I realized probably buying a whole rainbow of them was not a good idea. So the best one to get is the one that you would love. I know that's an unsatisfactory answer. Oh, Suze, I'm so pleased. Oh, I have to say, it was when I was doing wax seal school and I was experimenting. Oops, there we go. This whole backwards thing. I kind of wanted to see if I could get some metallic embossing powder into the wax seal, and I was delighted with this sort of distressed, grungy look that it gave. And I was just like, sometimes you've just got to try something and see what you get, see what it does, see what it's going to turn over. See, Kathy Jo, she's got it. Sometimes we buy a lot of things and then we use our favorites all the time. It's full set syndrome frequently. That's why I like to say the best thing for you to use is the thing that you've got, and the best you get are the colors you use a lot. It's very individual. Hey, Rebecca. Oh, my embossing's tremendous. Thank you. Brand of embossing powder do you prefer? Well, I haven't bought a new embossing powder for a really long time. I did just pick up sticky embossing powder. Oh, that's a whole fantastic thing. Brilliant for using foil transfer and flocking transfer and that kind of thing. I tend to get whatever is to hand. The gold one that I used on the sentiment, I bought that in the 90s from an Australian craft store called Lincraft. I think I use Ranger a lot because they have a nice superfine, but I also love the Lawn Fawn embossing powder. I've used Wow embossing powder. Reputable brand. Gotta love it. Love it, love it, love it. Where do you get wax seals? Well, wax seal bits and bobs, the little wax beads that you use to make a wax seal. Honeybee Stamps has a nice collection of those. They have some stampers as well. But I pick them up from all over the place. I've picked up a few off Marketplace and eBay and little stationery stores and planner markets and stuff like that. So I find them all over the place. What is your YouTube channel name? I started it a long time ago. It's Dawn Lewis Paints, but it should also come up if you search Dawn Lewis Imagery. I'm sure that at some point there'll be a link going. There we go. There's a link in the chat section so that you can find me on YouTube. I will be going live. I have a few things to do before I start doing regular lives. I've got a few family ducks that need to get in a row and a few ducks that need to get in a row with the shop. Currently, my ducks are MIA. I don't know where my ducks are. They are out of action. I'm on the hunt for them. I'll pull it together. Hi, Loretta. Oh, do you use the cornstarch pouch? What is its purpose? It's an anti-static powder tool, and they come in a variety of forms. The two most popular ones you'll find is like one with a brush that's got a barrel with the powder in it that is dispensed through a brush. That's the one that I was using. I think it was Easy Success is the one that I've got. It's old. I've had it a long time. Rabbit Hole Designs has a good one. Or there's the little pouch, and its purpose is to put a fine powder down on your cardstock. So when you stamp and then you apply the embossing powder only sticks to the ink that you stamped, not random places on the cardstock. So putting that down, it just means you're going to get a cleaner image. So once you've stamped, put down your embossing powder and brush away any little flecks that might be sticking where you don't want them to stick. Then you can heat and then use a cloth, something like a microfiber cloth, and buff away the white powder, the anti-static powder tool. But it means if you've got any finger oils that have transferred to your cardstock, it'll sort of negate anything mildly sticky or static, making the powder cling, because that embossing powder, it clings everywhere. So it'll cling to everything. So yeah, anti-static, anything anti-static is helpful for sure. It is Easter time. It is very Easter time. Hopefully the ducks will lead me to many eggs, but we've got to find the ducks first and get them in a row. Oh my goodness, Patty, I'm so glad you want to try that. Is there a favorite wax seal brand that you buy? Millie, I do love the Honeybee Stamps collection. They've got a nice selection of stampers and a really nice selection of wax seals. So they come in a nice little jar. I've got one, but it's all the way up there somewhere, and I can't go digging around for it now. But Honeybee Stamps have some really lovely wax seal supplies for sure. But also check out planner stores, like little stationery stores, like cute little interesting stationery stores. They would have some too, for sure. Any fun crafty hack you can share? Well, I was saying to Erin before we started, I really need to film a video about doing heat embossing with the toaster. My favorite hack, and this may sound really, really weird, is to use what you have and track what you use. Now, when I do that, I use this. I created this for a course that I was doing, and I made this. It's called the Rule of Three notepad. And so when I'm trying to make a decision about what to buy, or I'm going on a little treasure hunt through my craft stash, and I come up with an idea, I write it down, and then I'll tear this off and I'll store it inside the packaging so that when I'm crafting, I don't have to remember all the cool ideas because I already wrote them down. So I try and get really good value from my products. So I'll try and come up with 3 people I might make it for, or 3 color schemes I might use, or 3 different styles like shabby chic, vintage, pastels, 3 techniques I might use, 3 occasions that a set could be used for, and 3 products. I also like to track them. So I even have a little thing down here so I can track my value and all that kind of thing. So there we go. My tip is to refresh your memory, go for a treasure hunt, shop your stash, find what you have. And it's okay if you get distracted because you come up with cool ideas, because you have loads of cool stuff, because you have great taste, you know what you like. Jot the ideas down. If it means taking a picture on your phone, or making a voice note, or filming a little video of yourself going, oh, I found this, and I've got this really good idea. And then you can record it and you can move on to the next thing. I hope that helps. Is that a pink axolotl behind me? This is he is red. He's a little monster. My sister crocheted him for me. He is my office buddy, and he hangs out with my Barely Art Glue accessories and keeps an eye on me. He's very cute. My sister is very clever. She and I both enjoy a bit of crochet. Thanks, Janine. Thank you. It's early in the morning here. Are wax seals all made from coloured hot glue? Love the addition of embossing powder. The wax beads that you buy for wax seals are essentially coloured hot glue. And we love coloured hot glue because coloured hot glue is super versatile and you can remelt it and it's flexible. Now, if there's more that you would like to learn about wax seals, I actually have a course. It's called Wax Seal School. It's in my Thinkific school. There is a link to it in this thing where we go through everything: heating methods, different things that you can use, what you can use even if you don't have the metal wax seal stampers. There are a few other fun things you can do, right through to like multicolored and interesting techniques and fun things. So if you love wax seals and you want to check that out, also keep in mind, if you're looking at my Thinkific school, I really have only been at that for about 6 months. I have more courses that I want to build. Excuse me. More courses that are going in there. And, I like to make them super comprehensive, absolutely zero gatekeeping. I share it all and I want it to be super informative. So Wax Seal School covers literally everything, how you can do it on a budget, or, you know, if you decide you're going to splurge, and wax seal making is your new obsession. But it's fun, it's easy to do. Do I have a printable of the ideas list you just showed? Oh, the rule of three, I don't currently have a printable of it. One day I will get around to doing that. I had these made up. So I have the actual pads in my shop, which are 50 to a sheet. There are even some seconds, which are marked down, which have just a little bit of adhesive grunge on the sides, but they work perfectly well. Nancy has just asked if these are all my personal supplies. No, I own a stamp store here in Australia at jewellewis.com.au with my website. I do have a few retired things. If you are overseas, if you try and make a purchase on my website, it'll go, oh, no, it does not compute. That's just because the postage calculator is wildly inaccurate. If you would like to purchase something that is retired and you've had your heart set on, please just drop me an email or a DM. I would be very, very happy to get a postage quote. I'm happy to ship anywhere, but this is the shop. This is my office. This is my shop. My personal collection is only slightly smaller. Oh, Mary, it's okay. We'll be back. Thank you so much for everyone for having me. I hope you had a fantastic summit. For those who upgraded, don't forget to go back and watch your videos. I'm so glad you joined me. Brandy, thank you for a great event. Looking forward to the wrap-up party. I will come back and answer more questions over the next few days for those who are watching on the replay.